All right. Okay. Now let's see if I can remember how to do this. So let's see. Do I have everything going? Yes. And all right, snap, shop. Oh, I should have brought those up here maybe. Just in case. Oh well. Hello, welcome. All right. I'm just getting situated here. And I've got all varieties of quartz. And hey, oh, that's cool. Okay, so Lisa, your little comment showed up with a little YouTube notification next to it. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. That's neat. Okay. I had it linked and I didn't know how that would work. So my first time I've ever used that as a feature. Sweet. So from what I understand, like, if you're on like a different platform watching, which I do have this going on Facebook and YouTube also. So the comments should show up if somebody sees it there. And if I have something pinned or whatever, though, like to buy, you wouldn't be able to check out. Oh, that is cool. Yeah, must be because of YouTube. Yeah, exactly. That's sweet. So anyways, hi, welcome. I wonder if it's okay. So hold on. Let me see up at the top. Oh my gosh, there's 7 people on here from YouTube. That's cool. So like up at the top. So Lisa, I know that you haven't done Palm Street, but it tells me up at the top that there's people watching from YouTube. It has a little icon next to it so I can see. That's so neat. So if you are not no, that's it's just a little different. I didn't know how this would work. Well, I've been on Palm Street a couple times, but this is the first time I haven't been over here in a while, and being able to link to the other accounts, that's all new for me. So it was something I learned like a week ago, and I'm like, well, I'm going to try it and see how it goes. So, anyways, I can do things one of 2 ways. I can either pin items. So like if you're here on Palm Street, you can check out immediately. If you're watching from a different platform, I can send in, like we can make a basket, whatever. And if you want to claim something, and then we can, I can make you a post for it. So, anyways, I've got all quartz on the table, and let me just do a little scan, and y'all can tell me if there's anything that you want to see. So I put together a full quartz table. So like everything on the table is quartz. Starting way over on the left here, I've got a couple larger pieces and then some little quartz, what are we calling it? Like a disc or a cookie. There's pink Himalayan quartz, rose quartz spheres from Brazil that have asterisms in them. hematite quartz from Zimbabwe. Then I've got limonite quartz, which is like crystallized quartz with iron in it. So it's essentially golden healer, but in crystal form as opposed to carved form. And then, and we have Kundalini citrine. There is some caramel hematoid quartz, some quartz with hematite. I've got clear quartz. There is Herkimer diamonds, which are quartz that is from Herkimer, New York. Fadin quartz from Pakistan. Some little quartz DTs from Pakistan. Garden quartz or lodolite quartz from Brazil. These are Brandenburg quartz, which is from Brandenburg. There's some smoky rutile quartz from Brazil. Spirit quartz from South Africa. Smoky quartz from Brazil. Grape agate. Some little amethyst from India. Some hematite amethyst from Canada. Smoky amethyst from Zimbabwe. Yep, Zimbabwe. Well, there's several varieties of amethyst over here, and then some of the quartz with epidote over there from Turkey. And if there's anything somebody wants to see, I can show it first. Otherwise, I might just pick something and go from there. This is so cool. So, and I am based up in South Dakota. So depending on where you're watching from. Oh, I'd love to know where you're watching from, actually. I am in Mitchell, well, outside of Mitchell, South Dakota. So if anybody's ever heard of the Corn Palace, that is in my little hometown here. Actually, I think maybe just because we'll put up some garden quartz. So we have something on the screen. So, and can I zoom in? There we go. So hello, welcome. Oh, this is super clear quartz because like you can actually see right through it. So for anybody that is new here, I sell crystals. That one's 34. And if there's something that you're interested in, you can let me know. If you're here on Palm Street, I can just run the item. If you are watching from elsewhere, I can claim it for you. And hello, welcome. We can set it aside for you. You can claim it, and then I will put your name on it, and we can get you an invoice because I can apparently, or I'll make you a listing or send you an invoice. So this one is beautiful. If anybody doesn't know what garden quartz is or lodolite, garden quartz is kind of a trade name. It's essentially quartz with inclusions. And you can have all sorts of things that give it the inclusions. So this particular one, we've got layers and layers. So this would be sometimes called, maybe not, try a different. I forgot about the focusing over here. Hold on. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit and go smaller text. There we go. Oh, you can kind of see it even without the lighting. So anyway, so this one's got lots and lots of these cool little layers, and then it's got some phantoms in here. So as the quartz was growing, it has different little impurities that will happen, and that will give it color. So this one is 26. Hello, Tony, with a whole bunch of numbers. This one is 26. These are from Brazil. Brazil has absolutely gorgeous quartz. It's got some of the prettiest clear quartz with the best clarity comes from Brazil. And So what I've been told, if you're watching from a different platform, if you don't have Palm Street, sure. If you don't have Palm Street, you can, there should be like a QR code on the screen that would get you over here. Otherwise, what I was just saying is I can make a listing for you. I also have a ruler right here, so you can kind of see how big we are, which this one is about 2 inches, just shy of 2 inches. And let me actually also, I have a white piece of paper here, so and it's another one that's like got some really nice clarity on it. So, but if you are interested in that, I can either get you a basket started and then send you an invoice for it, or if you come on over to Palm Street, then you can, I can put it up on the screen and you can pay for it right away. Well, or I could do a basket too. We can do it either way. So, I'm actually just going to, since I have it here, we're going to snap a photo. Okay, garden quartz, and this one is 26. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Oh, there we go. Buy it now. 26. Can I just create the listing? All right. What is the number? So this one would be 26. And well, my number on it is 2925. So are you, if you're interested in it, I can put down your username, and then how do I send you an invoice? I think I need an email to send you an invoice. I've never sent an invoice from Palm Street before, so I'm not 100% certain how that works. There should be, though, if you have there should be like a QR code or something on your screen if you're watching from YouTube, and then that will get you Palm Street, and you can come over here, and then I could just list the item for you to check out. I'm just going to set this one off to the side for you, Tony, and then see what you think about that. 19021965. The invoice can be paid through PayPal. Yes. It won't be an invoice through PayPal though. You can use PayPal to pay the invoice though. Where are you from, Tony? I'm in South Dakota. Maybe I should specify United States, but I'm in South Dakota. This is going to be another garden quartz. This one's got some green phantoms in here. You can kind of see the lines back here. Let me grab another white piece of paper because I just wrote on that piece of paper. There we go. So you can kind of see it's got a really pretty phantom there. This one's 37. It's got some green and some red and then a little bit of the yellow in it. let's see. We're going to try to actually do this now. And you're in Northwest Florida. Well, hello there. How about, I've got my daughter we were down there in the Panhandle. I just moved her a couple months ago down to the Pensacola area. Use as a listing picture. Okay, let's try this again. I'm going to see this. This is Garden Quartz. And I'm going to put the number on it, 2901. And it is going to be a buy it now. This one is 37. Holy, not 137, 37. And pin listing. Okay, so bingo. You're down in that same area? It's so nice down there. Do you have any kind of veteran discount? I don't have any kind of veteran discount. I'm just kind of a small little one-man show here. A Jane of all trades, you could say. So I don't do any discounts really, because I try very, very hard to get pieces that are I'm trying to find pieces that I can keep at affordable prices, so I don't have a huge markup on things to kind of allow for discounts. Although every so often, because I also have a website, I don't have anything currently on sale or anything, but I also have a website, and and I sell on TikTok. So I normally sell on TikTok. I've only been over here a couple times, and then I sort of got really busy over the summer, and I have some friends over here on Palm Street that sell stuff, and I was like, hey, speaking of friends that sell on Palm Street, there is Peabody's. How's it going? Okay. This one was 17, and then I don't know that you were here, Tony, for the first one. So this one's super clear. This is the first one that I showed, which is 34. Like, so clear. But it's got these really pretty so all these little shiny spots in there are nice internal fractures that reflect the light. So Peabody's, funny enough, okay, I have people watching from YouTube, and that was kind of like, whoa. I didn't realize it would tell me on the screen that where they're commenting from, but Tony there is down in Florida also. So Tony, okay, Peabody's, Krista, since you know everything about all this, yeah, that one's really pretty. And then this one is 46. This one is super dark. So Krista, if somebody's on YouTube, are they able to see, how I can see everybody's comments? Are they able to see the comments the same too? Or do they just see YouTube comments? And I should have probably asked this ahead of time, but if you want to send somebody an invoice because they are watching they can only see YouTube. Okay. If they are watching from another platform, do I just need an email address for them to send them an invoice? Good to every so often encourage. Okay. Yep. I did do that two times already. I think I said that, maybe 3. Is that if they're, yep, just need an email. Okay. I think Palm Street told me maybe because I'm here. Yeah, Lisa's here too. She was like, I got a notification. Why did I get a notification? So that one was 46. So Tony's still liking the $26 one. I love garden quartz. I haven't seen anybody. Well, I don't have many people on Facebook, so I didn't actually anticipate anybody following or coming on from Facebook, but I did hook both up. So, and it's so nice that I could say, okay, so Tony, you should be able to send my profile on YouTube a message. Or if you want to send me an email with your email, you could do that. Which let me just write that down. So then you could, let's see. So my email, that's kind of hard to see that that's an R. It's rmdcrystals@outlook.com. So Tony, you can either send me an email there or you can send me a message on YouTube. If you follow me on YouTube, you should be able to, you can do that now or in a little bit. And just send like, hey, I'm Tony. And then I'll know. And I guess if you think that you want this one, then yes, go ahead and do that now. And I will just set that aside for you. And I'll just have to keep track of who found me from where. Oh, my finger's stuck in my basket. Just do that like that. Cool. Okay, let's see. All right, so I made a listing for that one. I think I should probably just go ahead and do the other pieces while I'm at it, right? Use as a listing. I am doing a buy it now. This is Garden Quartz 2906. And this one was 46. Okay. And are they expensive to ship? Not really. The way that it's set up with Palm Street is it's $5 for the first item and then $1 every additional item. If I just do an invoice, it will be just based on the weight and your location. So check YouTube set notification because I have Palm Street is why. Oh, okay, cool. I would hope that anybody that follows me on YouTube would get a notification too. Although I guess it would be if they had notifications turned on. Like I have notifications turned on with YouTube. Get that one. Garden Quartz. This one was number 3004. And this one was 34. Okay. And All right, so have that one pinned, and hello there. We're looking at some garden quartz. All right, and then I'm just going to, I am live on Palm Street, and I am streaming to, I almost said TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. Okay, use as listing. And we're going to do that one is 17. Garden quartz. Okay. So got those all. And then, so for Tony, all of my cards or all of my pieces are going to come with a card, and it is going to tell you a locale on it. Some locales are going to be more like if you buy anything else. For instance, I have some smoky quartz next to me. So if I have a more detailed location, then that is going to be on the card. Otherwise, some of them are just the country or the region. But depending on the item, I get as specific as I can with stuff. So, okay, let's look at, well, we can look at the Brandberg, right? Or actually, let's just, I want to play with the Herkimer diamonds because those are also really pretty and clear, kind of like how the garden quartz is. So let's look at them too. And how much do I have? I have lots. I have lots of things. I have, well, what I have right now, how do I zoom back out? There we go. So I have a table full of quartz today, but I have got flats, and I have lots of crystals. Okay, now I am a little zoomed out. So let's zoom back in. There we go. So Herkimer diamonds are really cool. They come from Herkimer County, New York, and these are all found in the ground. So mining of Herkimer diamonds means kind of like digging holes in the ground. Well, some will be on the surface, but to watch people mine these, it's usually they've got like a little area of ground, and then they're kind of like digging into like a little embankment kind of a thing. So I personally am partial to the ones that have some of this yellow color in them. That is iron staining. And I think it gives them some character. I really like it. Oh, that one's got a really pretty rainbow right in here. Nice like oil slick rainbow. So there are really pretty clear quartz that comes from other areas where they will call it a Herkimer diamond or Herkimer quartz, but technically to be Herkimer, it has to come from Herkimer, New York. So from the Herkimer County. So these are from Middleville, which is in Herkimer County. So that one is the biggest one that I've got on the table. That one's $99. These are going to, wow, that rainbow is wild. These are going to vary a little bit depending on quality. So ones that are clear are going to be, so you can have one that's smaller and clearer that's worth more than one that is bigger but less clear. So this one's 64. That one's really, wow, it's got a pretty rainbow. Which this one, so like this is a good example. This one's 63. And this one, So a lot of the things with the quartz too is that when you have it fully formed crystal, you're going to have a point on each end. So it's a termination, also called a DT for double termination. So this one is a beautiful, complete quartz crystal. That one's 63. And then this little guy here is so pretty, and it has some smoky in it, which let's get the white back up here so you can see the smoky in it. It has a smoky phantom. So when it was growing, at some point, it had some sort of an impurity. Oh, okay, awesome. Thank you. With the smoky, it had an impurity that came in, and then that changed the color there. So we're looking at Herkimer diamonds now. So this one is one of the more expensive ones I have, because this one's one that's the higher quality. So that one's 112. So it varies a little bit on the size and the quality. It's so good. So good. And I got to, like, some stuff when you buy it, depending on where you're getting it from, some stuff you get to pick the material. Some stuff you actually get to hand pick every single piece. These Herkimer diamonds, I actually hand selected all of these. So, bought them directly from a gal who is the miner on these. And, oh, I just love them. So they have some of that really pretty clear quartz, just kind of like the garden does, but okay. Should I make listing? Oh, wonderful. Thank you. I'm working on getting my life on track here so that I'm actually organized. I've had a lot of stuff going on the last couple months because both of my kids have graduated and then moved. And so it's been getting everybody situated and all sorts of stuff. But now I'm like going to try to work harder on one, my content creation, because I do like to, well, I do a lot of videos on TikTok, but I like to have videos that have some substance to them where I can post them on like YouTube and stuff also. I like educational stuff. Some of it, even like the basics. Some stuff I like to get into a little bit more, but let's see, what should we look at next? And okay. Oh, all right. So why? Oh, because you guys are commenting, and those are from Palm Street. Just trying to figure out what I'm doing here. I'm just kind of going with all the clear stuff, I guess, to start with. So these are smoky quartz from Brazil. So as opposed to the garden quartz where it's the clear and it has the inclusions, these aren't going to have inclusions so much as they're going to have like these little internal fractures, which are going to, if I can get it to go just right so it shows off the rainbow, reflect light. And the thing I love, again, about Brazil quartz is that it's like so clear. So we are looking through the quartz there. So clear. So this one is a 20, and these are kind of a little free-form sort of shape. They're kind of funky. And this is also something I handpicked. So actually, when I found these, I had no intention of buying any. Oh, thank you. I totally understand. I totally understand that. I come from a family full of veterans, so my Grandpa was a veteran in, oh goodness. Well, he would be 95 if he was still with us. So he was in multiple things. He retired from the Army. This is really pretty. These just like light up. And if you want, Tony, I don't have a problem with swapping out if you want to not go with the one that we've got set aside. If you want to go from a garden quartz to a smoky, I'm cool with that. My grandpa's brother was they were both enlisted, and my grandpa brought home my grandma from Germany, and then my uncle, my grandpa's brother, his wife came home from South Korea. That one is, let me turn it around so it's right side up. That one is 3019. And these 3 pieces of smoky are the last of these of this material that I have. And then both my parents served. They actually met in Germany. They were both stationed over in Germany, which I think is kind of funny. So they met where my grandma was from, which is just, you spent 3 years in Germany. I'm really sad that I'm not currently in Germany because the Munich Gem Show is happening right now. And my initial plan for this year was that I was supposed to be there. I was going to meet up with a cousin of mine, and we were going to go to the Gem Show together, hang out a little bit. And I was going to try to meet up with some other family. But, the $20 piece. Sorry. That one was 3022. But when I would have needed to be buying the tickets to go and making arrangements, everything was in such turmoil with the tariffs and stuff. I wasn't sure if I found anything, how I would get it back, if I'd even be able to afford to bring it back. Which a lot has changed since a few months ago, but it probably is a hesitancy. Well, that's the other thing is that I was saying this earlier to my grandma. I was like, I've got friends that are making videos in Munich, and I'm like, yeah, I feel weird calling him Munich because it's München in Deutsch. And so I don't know a lot of German, but I can read German fairly well. But I'm not necessarily as fluent in speaking Deutsch. So, but it was like, Guten Tag, hello, wo bist du? Ich liebe dich. I'm trying to think of all the different. I know a few things that my grandma likes to say at the TV. Anyways, so okay. Oh, hey Max, or if you're still here, I see you have scrolled through. Let's look at. Actually, let's look at this little guy right here. Oh, hello. Okay. Well, and since I'm streaming, since I have it linked, I'm getting used to the fact that there's the different stuff. Kind of confuses me. So, plus I haven't been over here for a while, and I was kind of like, how did everything work over here? I don't remember. So this is Brandenburg quartz. This is a cool little scepter piece. And this one was that number 2032. Was that on the... Oh, it was 3022 on the $20 one. What's absolutely crazy about this is that when I started, the first piece that I got in was number 101. So, although I've had to reuse a few numbers, I've had to go back and like reuse a few numbers. But that just kind of gives you an idea how many pieces I've had in my hands on. This is another little DT, so kind of like the Herkimers. That one's a little $10 one. This one has a little bit of amethyst in it. So see if I can... It's the faintest little bit of amethyst just around the center. Which this piece here, it has this... You're welcome. It has this little inclusion in the center there, which reminds me a lot of the Faden quartz. Because the Faden quartz has the little inclusion running through the center of the quartz crystal. So not the same thing, but it's kind of similar just in the look, because it almost looks like it has a couple little strings in there, which Faden is, that's named for German. It's named after thread, essentially. Thread or string. This one's 12. And amethyst is your birthstone. Well, cool. Here's something funny. When I started this, like I've always been into rocks. I've always been a rock hound. I've tumbled rocks for a long time. I've currently got rocks tumbling. But I thought, well, one, I thought my own birthstone, which is a ruby, I thought rubies were really boring. I've since changed my mind. But I thought amethyst was boring. And to tell you that I have seen some of the coolest, hello, Crystal Heart, some of the coolest amethyst that I did not know existed. The things I've learned, and also the difference, more purple than pink. Yeah. Also the difference in like colors and how the, oh heck, no, my brain just blanked. I think it's aluminum, not aluminum. Aluminum? Oh my goodness, my brain totally lost I have all these little random bits of knowledge that are kind of like crammed in my brain. And sometimes the files get shuffled and then I lose them. Oh, that's got a phantom in it too. These little guys are $9, right? Yeah, $9. These are from Madagascar. And, oh, you have a square ruby? Okay. So rubies, I was never that impressed with until I got into UV minerals and rubies UV. So now I'm obsessed with rubies. I don't mind my birthstone at all. These are aluminum, aluminum. Yeah, aluminum. Say it how everybody else, how the rest of the world says it. Now I'm questioning if that's the right. I think that's right. I swear, I literally lost the little fact. That's a cute little smoky. Smoky phantom. But as far as amethyst goes, there's a huge debate between amethyst and when it's heated, and how heated amethyst is sold as citrine. And then this misconception about, well, citrine and amethyst is the same thing. It's just that citrine has been naturally heated by the ground, and that's why it's citrine. And so by heating the amethyst is technically citrine, but it's not. It has, yes, like the British say it, aluminium, because of the inclusion in the amethyst is actually different than what gives citrine the color. So speaking of amethysts, so like I seriously have such variety of amethysts, because there's amethyst here, like this little guy. This is an amethyst. That's a little Brandberg amethyst. This is a Zambia amethyst cluster. I've got, this is Canadian amethyst, and this has hematite in it, so it's going to have the red, there we go, the little red caps on all of the points, because that is hematite. This is another smoky amethyst, which is from Zimbabwe. And then I have got South Africa amethyst, which actually even these two have different, like slightly different colors to them. I have Spirit Quartz, which has some amethyst to it. And it's all Greek to you. Oh my. And then grape agate is technically botryoidal amethyst. So that's kind of fun. And then I have got these little guys. This is India amethyst. And then this is amethyst that has formed inside of these little, this is volcanic rock, basalt. It's formed inside these little cavities. So these little cavities are called amygdals. So this is an amethyst amygdal from India. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 kinds of amethyst on the table. There's no one single amethyst color. So not technically. Amethyst is most commonly known for being some shade of purple. And technically, amethyst itself is a trade name. It just became a widely accepted trade name. If you want to get really, really super technical, it is a quartz with inclusions, and that's what gives it the purple color. But even with that, amethyst can come in some pinks. It can come in what's called rainbow amethyst. So from Brazil, Uruguay. You can get amethyst that's kind of a yellow toned and like almost a colorless, a grayish color. Oh, actually, this one's, I have something. It's not for sale. This is what I just got for me. And then like pink amethyst from Brazil would be another thing, which there was some debate about pink amethyst actually being amethyst, but it's been studied, and the inclusion coloring the quartz is actually, it makes it amethyst. But like, see how well this will show up on camera. Not the greatest. Okay, so like this it's got some like pink in it, some kind of gray in it, and it has not a typical purple amethyst color to it, but it's still amethyst. So it just really depends on the inclusions and what it is, where it's from. Plus, amethyst is one that grows in the geodes a lot. So for instance, like citrine, citrine can grow in clusters, but that's usually not going to grow in a geode the same way that amethyst likes to grow. So like this is a citrine, and this is coming from Congo. So, which I've got, I'm pretty sure I have some like Crystal 101 videos over there on YouTube. I'm pretty sure that I've got the one that's got quartz and citrine and the difference between heat treated amethyst and real citrine. And many years ago, my daughter gave me a quarter sized, very smooth. Aw, that's nice. That sounds like kind of like like a pocket pebble or a worry stone. I have palm stones that are, well, my amethyst ones are bigger. But I usually have a stone in my pocket at all times. Which, let's see here. Which with my whole quartz table here, I didn't even get all the stuff that I have listed like on my website too. Because I also have like this as an amethyst. Those are ones that I have listed on my website. And then also the amethyst and crazy lace from Mexico, which looks like this. So you get this really pretty agate banding in here from the crazy lace, and then you have the amethyst. So there's just so many varieties of amethyst. It's just absolutely mind-blowing to me now that I ever thought amethyst was boring. I was very poorly misinformed. Same thing with pyrite and rose quartz, because I'm up in South Dakota and we have a lot of that up here. And so I've always thought that those were boring. I've since learned those are very not boring. In fact, rose quartz is now, this is a really pale rose quartz, but rose quartz is now one of my favorite things, especially when it has asterism in it, which is like this guy here. Let's see if I can find it to get it on camera. Where's it at? Oh, there it is. So, okay, you can see it on camera. So on the right-hand side there, you see looks kind of like an asterisk. That is asterism. So this also called a star. So this is star rose quartz. And it's itty bitty little inclusions in the quartz, impurities that give it this ability to refract the light in such a way. That one is 40. Doesn't look very pink on camera. It's a really soft pink. Pink washes out on camera. Let's see if this one will show it better, because this one's also 40. Boy, it looks gray on camera. Wow. Okay. How did we... I don't know that it's gonna... Man, even my hands look pale. These ones look better in the light box, because then I can have the black background on them. But anyways, in South Dakota, we have rose quartz. It grows in giant masses, and I never knew that it could be so cool and look so pretty. And ours is a little bit more milky so we don't get clarity on it the same way that like the stuff from Brazil gets. Where did it go? I lost it. I was following it. You got to find one line and then trace it around. Oh, there it is. Okay. See if I can get the star to show up there. Yep, you can see it on camera there. So that one's 43. But yeah, I always thought that rose quartz was boring until I learned better. Pyrite, we call pyrite just fool's gold, because everything up in South Dakota, we were all about the gold rush. And so people would get all excited when they found pyrite, and then it was like, oh no, that's just fool's gold. So, maybe I should unpin my, yes, item I had there. Okay. What should we look at? Here, we're going to scan over here. We've got some hematite quartz, a quartz cluster with chalcopyrite. These are really cute little quartzy, quartzy flower agate. See, brain stops working. Hematite quartz, which is one of my favorite things. The rose quartz spheres, and then there's pink Himalayan quartz, which is from the Himalayan mountains. Also someplace that's kind of near and dear to my heart. Limonite quartz, which is a really pretty golden yellow quartz. Essentially like golden healer, which golden healer is, it's colored with iron, which is also what limonite is, a type of iron. But there's golden healer that's cut and polished. I've got the citrine from the Congo. Then there is some clear quartz, a tower of flame, a girasol quartz, which is a clear quartz, but it's kind of, well, you can kind of tell just from where we're at here, it's kind of a silky look to it. So instead of being like clear, it's like the silky clear. It's really pretty. We've got caramel hematite quartz down front. Quartz with hematite and chalcopyrite. These are from Mexico, specifically Santa Eulalia mining district in Mexico. I should maybe turn my light back on. You know what we should look at quick is the Faden quartz, since we were on a German kick here. I love Faden quartz. This is one of my new obsessions. So Faden quartz is defined a couple different ways. So first off, Faden quartz is going to be tabular, which means it's flat. So it's really kind of cool. This first one that we're looking at is $11. It also is going to have an inclusion in here that looks like a little white string, essentially, or a thread. And that's where the word Faden comes from, because that is German for thread. And then the way it forms is in these little fissures, little fractures in the ground, and water seeps in with all your nice little minerals that we need to create this, and it is moving. So the line shows you the growth of the quartz. And as it moves, sometimes you'll get like one fairly large crystal like this, which crystal size is relative depending on what we're looking at. So for a Faden, that's a decent sized crystal. Can you get bigger? Yes. How likely is it? Not huge. We'll do 12 here. But this one, if we look at it, instead of having one large crystal, we have all these little multiple terminations. And so for this one's going to be 12A. For this one, as it was growing, there was movement. So it was either like next to maybe a fault line, there's some sort of movement that was interrupting the growth, and that's why it's going to have all these different multiple little points on it. Still tabular overall, but it's multiple crystals essentially. And then our string inside is also kind of zigzaggy. So it's not as clean of a line as that first one. And that is in part because of the movement. So that one's 12A. If somebody's interested in it, just let me know and I can take a photo and list it. This one's going to be 12B. So this one, our line is a little bit clearer. It does get interrupted towards the end over here. Oh, and then the other thing too, to extract these, you have to be very, very careful because you're literally reaching into these little crevices to pull this quartz out. So it's kind of a challenging thing to extract nicely. So those ones, okay, there is a fly and I'm going to get it. Maybe. I lost the fly. Okay. So those ones are the small ones. They fit into perky boxes. The bigger ones are going to be, oh, now it came back. The bigger ones are going to be in these little 3D display boxes so that it stands up so you can kind of see it better. Now, this one is multiple crystals again that are all formed together. I'm not sure if you would call it a Faden cluster or not. Again, tabular. It's very thin, but it has multiple terminations. And this would have had a lot of interruption in the growth. So that way, that's what creates it to have this very jaggedy look to it. So that one is 13. And then they sit in a nice little box. It's just a little like film display box. This one would be 13B, which I actually think I put it back in there upside down. Because that one has, so our string runs through, let's see if I can get it to show up there. So our string runs through, but it's a very tight zigzag. And we have a very elongated crystal with that one. And that one actually has a termination on the end there. So that one's kind of interesting because it literally grew this way. And instead of having points come off this direction, it just ended up with the one point on the end. So that one is 13B. And then, oh, this one's really cool. I like all of them. I'll find something really cool about every single one. But this one's neat because it's a very, very jaggedy one. And it's almost like a little serrated edge. So you can see the string running through the center of it, and then it's got lots of little points on the edges. And then, again, very thin and tabular. So super, super cool. And I like how they look in the boxes. Okay, where should we go next? Okay, this fly is being extra super friendly with me, and I don't appreciate it. Would you just land somewhere so I can get you? on me? Ha, bet. That thought it was going to be safe landing on me. It was wrong. I know. We're going to go look at the hematite quartz over here. Okay. I absolutely adore this piece. So we're going to look at this one. So this is hematite phantom quartz. These are coming from Zimbabwe. So I'm not... Oh, hello. Welcome back. Karoy? I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce that, but from Zimbabwe. So hematite phantom quartz has, well, phantoms in it. I'm going to lose a little price tag off the back here. Let me get there it is. All right, go like this to focus so you can see the little lines in there in this big quartz crystal. So as the quartz is growing, it'll have little layers where it's kind of interrupted. It has a layer of hematite that will coat the quartz, and then the quartz keeps growing. So it creates phantoms in the quartz is what we call that. And I love this one because it's got all these little quartz crystals on the front that are all baby ones. And then it's got this big giant one sticking out there. It's got some really nice phantoms in it. And then it's topped with a whole bunch too. So that one's 42. Oh, and the tag fell off. There we go. Now this one, same thing. And so we've got some different levels of the hematite showing up there. This one I can actually look into the quartz and we can see. But then on this side, I find this one really interesting because this essentially is like one of those layers. So it had an interruption. It laid down some mineral, some of the hematite, but then the quartz didn't continue growing here. So we have interrupted growth. So it's really kind of fun because you see how our inner crystal was and then where it continued growing. So on this side, when we're looking into it, we can see this part of the crystal in there. I find ones like that just fascinating. Also, when we have all these little crystals on the side here, like this, it's also candle quartz or pineapple quartz. It's got a couple different ways to describe that. So that one's 37. I had somebody on TikTok asking me about getting a list of all the crystals and what they do. And I'm like, I'm not really into that. I'm more into how they form and what makes them the color that they are and the geological aspect of it. It's that's more my thing. I know a little bit about metaphysical stuff, but I'm not big on the metaphysical. I'm more into what makes the growth of it cool. How to spot the different, if it's an original growth or secondary. This one's kind of neat because it started out as white quartz. And then it started going into the clear quartz. Then it has the layers of the hematite and then more clear quartz over it. So it's kind of, it looks a little bit darker on screen. It's kind of more of a burgundy color than what it's looking like on my screen. That one's 47. And then there's a little one. This one's 11. And it's at the point where it was like frosted with the hematite. So it didn't get a whole lot more growth on it. There's some we can see in here. But like the current layer, it was laying down hematite. So that one's 11. It's got some fun little crystals on the... Hello, Smoky Scorpio. And then this is the last one of these. This one's 14. This one's kind of neat because it's got all sorts of little baby crystals forming here. Hi. And then we've got kind of a completely different look on the back side. So it's got some like more of the clear and smoky, and then you can see a little bit of the hematite in there. But then this side, it's like all hematite. So that one's 14. Oh, sure. I will do that. I'll do that tonight when I get off here. I'll figure it out. So what time is it? I'll probably be on for a little while. There's another fly. I swear they all love me. They don't know that they're coming for me to kill them. I am not the one to mess with. Okay. Speaking of hematite. Oh, actually, speaking of hematite, let's do this really big, giant one back here. This one is one I don't have a locale on. Most things I know where they came from because like I sourced them directly. This one is one I got from a friend and we don't know. Possibly from China, but I don't know that for sure. But it is a really cool, we can see that there's like kind of like stalactite growth going on here. And then it was completely covered over, but we've got hematite, and I must be sweet. That's what my husband says. And then this has got all these cute little, I think it's probably just because it's warm up here because I have all the lights on. So the rest of the house is kind of dark, and then I'm up here with all the lights on. And then the host rock is kind of interesting too. It's got some really cool veining where we can see some of the hematite like in the veining on the host rock, and then we can see where all the quartz started growing. So that one's kind of a neat one. I just don't know a locale on it. So that one's 35. And don't go down there. How am I supposed to get you? It's trying to hide. I'm going to get you anyways. Carnage happening off screen. Y'all don't need to see that. Okay. So then with hematite, actually we're just going to hit all the hematite. So this is from Mexico. This is quartz with chalcopyrite. And then it's going to have hematite in there. And it does not want to focus on there. Can I zoom in? There we go. Okay. So this one's 29. And then it also has these little crystals here are dogtooth calcites. And they UV kind of a pinky orange color. But it's got this really nice clear quartz crystal here, which we can see is clear quartz here. And then it has a coating of the white quartz over it. So this is Santa Eulalia Mining District, Chihuahua, Mexico. That one's 29. That's the little one. And then a bigger one here. This one has lots of the chalcopyrite. So it's got like chunks of it. And then we've got the hematite running through on the back side here. And it's looking way more brown on screen than it is in person. It is more burgundy colored. If I add more light to it, does that help? Oh, that helps. So that one is $35. I love this little peekaboo here. How did I have that sitting there? Okay, let's see. And then we have hematite amethyst. I have hematite amethyst, which some of it is from Canada and some of it is from South Africa. So this stuff is really pretty. Get my light back out here. Ooh. So it has got this absolutely gorgeous, like amethyst phantoms in it. And then with the hematite, hello, welcome. The hematite gives it a little bit of a raspberry color. So it's a little bit different than just a regular amethyst. So that one's $26. This one's kind of a thinner little like plate. This one has got a little bit of golden in it too. That one's $19. And then I really like this one. This one's the most purple. But then it has this really pretty, like it starts out as a yellow quartz. That's the hematite in there. And then from Canada, I've got Thunder Bay amethyst. So this is just, oh yeah, it's crystallized on the back. So it's going to have some little hematite in on all the points. Which that one is $25. And then there's a bigger one. Ugh. Which is going to be, this one's got a little bit more of the hematite is more pronounced. They're definitely more of like little caps of hematite on there. So that one is Thunder Bay, Ontario, Canada. And the bigger one is $40. Oh my goodness, I am roasting. Oh, and it's got this cute little druzy pocket on the back. Should I be making listings for all these? Maybe for my next show, I'll make listings for everything. Ooh. So I have this like fake fire going next to me, but as warm as it is up here, it feels like there's a real fire going. Okay, well, Had a lot of fun hanging out. I think I am going to head out. I don't think anybody's in here anymore. So, hello, welcome. I was just saying I think I'm leaving because there's nobody left in here. You want to look at some pretty quartz? What? Do you need to go potty? Huh? Yeah. You're going to have to wait. No, you're going to have to wait. Oh, maybe you don't have to wait. Okay. I'm going to go. All right. We're going to end that.